let's flip the page and let's look at our little jingle. So let's look at the first example that they give us. We have negative 2x plus 2y equals 10. And it just simply tells us to move the x, change the sign, divide by the number in front of the y. Don't forget to simplify. All right? So to move the x, change the sign. This x is negative. So to change the sign, we change it from a negative to a positive. So to move the x, change the sign to plus 2. Now we have to divide by the number in front of y. The number in front of y is 2. So remember what I said. We have to divide 2 by each term. Don't forget to simplify. So our 2's cancel out, leaving us with y. 10 divided by 2 is 5, plus 2 divided by 2, which is 1x. Or we could write y equals x plus 5. So let's look at number 1 using our jingle. So to move the x, we change the sign. And this problem is x minus 2y equals 8. We don't have a sign with x, so it's assumed to be positive. And to change the sign of a positive, we make it negative. So now we have 2y equals 8 minus x. So all we did was move x to the right side of the equation. Now the next step tells us to divide by the number in front of the y. The number in front of the y is a negative 2. So remember, each term has to be divided by negative 2. Last step, don't forget to simplify. So our two negative 2's cancel out, and we have y equals 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. And remember, a negative and a negative will make this a positive 1 over 2x. Or we could write it as y equals 1 over 2x minus 4. Let's take a look at number 2. For number 2, we have x minus y equals 7. Sing your little jingle. To move the x, change the sign. Our positive x changed to a negative x. So we have negative y equals 7 minus x. Then we divide by the number in front of y. Well, we don't see a number, but I have a negative sign. So remember, that's assumed to be negative 1. And remember, we must divide by each term. So our negatives cancel out, and don't forget to simplify. And y is equal to 7 divided by negative 1, which is negative 7. And a negative divided by a negative is a positive x. Or we can write y equals x minus 7. So notice when I rewrite it, all I do is move x and the constant. That's it, okay? Remember, it's a commute. All I did was commute, just move them. Now, let's take a look at number 3. And in number 3, we have 3x minus 2 equals 6 plus y. Now, we got some stuff going on in this one because we're solving for y. We want to get y by itself, but it doesn't look like the other two problems we've done. So what I want you to do right now is underline what you want alone, okay? Here we want y alone, okay? So let's draw a line. Look on the side of y. Over there with y, we have a 6. We need y to be alone. So to get y alone, we have to do the opposite of that positive 6, which is a negative 6. So we have a variable, a constant, and a constant on the left side of the equation now. And since we have two constants, we can combine these. Bring down your variable, which is 3x. Minus 2 minus 6 is minus 8. And that is equal to y. So we have y equals 3x minus 8. All right. Now let's take a look at number 5. On number 5, we have 4x minus 3y equals 12. We could sing our jingle now to move the x. Change the sign. We have negative 3y equals 12 minus 4x. Divide by the number in front of y, which is negative 3. And remember, we divide each term by negative 3. Don't forget to simplify. My negative 3's cancel out, leaving y alone. 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 3 is positive 4/3 x. Or we could write it as y equals 4/3 x minus 4. And we're going to do this last problem, number 6. Now, number 6 has a couple of things going on. We have 2x plus 3y equals 4 plus 2y. Notice we have like terms, so we need to combine those first. So here we have an x, we have a y, we have a constant, we have a y. So x, y, constant, y. So we need to combine these y's together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this y to this side. Because remember, this is combining like terms. So this is a plus 2y. So to move a plus 2y, we have to do minus 2y. Plus 2y minus 2y cancels out. And we have 2x. Combine these two y's. 3y minus 2y is just 1y. Equals 4. Now we can sing our jingle. To move the x, change the sign. And we have y equals 4 minus 2x. The next one says divide by the number in front of y. Don't forget to simplify. Do we have a number in front of y? No, we don't. So we can write it as y equals 4 minus 2x, or y equals negative 2x plus 4. This concludes our lesson for literals and solving for y.